right into it. I totally didn't forget to turn on my mic. Nope, not at all. Hello there, everyone. Welcome to the Custom Card Review. I am your host, everyone's fifth favorite custom card reviewer, the Duel Man, the TheDuelLogs. Here's my my custom avatar. Hello. I need to get a new one. I need more Akiza art. I don't like to use Akiza art that I've seen online. Okay, so couple of announcements for the custom card reviews. Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, that's something else. What do I have over here? No. I don't remember any of my stuff. No? Okay. So, a couple of announcements for custom card reviews. I'm basically just doing two things that I missed the last time I did it. I wasn't able to do a custom card review stream last week because I was at the dentist. I had an emergency dentist appointment. I went to the dentist. I told them, "Hey, I'm whatchamacallit? One of my teeth, it chipped. It's broke." And they looked at it and they're like, "Nope, it's not. You just have so much plaque that one of the pieces looked like a tooth." I was like, "Oh shit." So they did deep cleaning and that hurt like hell. So my mouth was on fire last week. VTuber Akiza win. As much as I'd really like to do a VTuber thing, it would be way too cringy for me to actually pull it off as anything other than like a joke for like a couple of seconds. And that's too much time and effort to put into for a joke. So it's not happening. So, other news. I have removed the condition from my Patreon, because I forgot it was there, of the custom card review things. You can no longer pay for a review. Just because I saw people commenting that the only way they'll get their cards reviewed is if they pay me money. And I don't want that to be the case, or for people to think that's the case. So it's just not an option anymore. However, there was one Patreon who already paid for it, so I'm gonna finish theirs, and then that's it. Now, if you want your cards to be reviewed, you just send them to my Twitter. Currently, I'm getting a lot of submissions about the Flame Swordsman because of my collab with DZF, new upcoming custom card reviewer. And so it's kind of hard to see the new ones, but I do save like almost all of the ones that I plan on reviewing eventually. And one of these days, I'm probably just have to do like a 5-hour stream where I just go through every card. Because I only do these for like an hour on Wednesdays. And I can only get through so much. They'd make a good April Fool's Day video. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. No, it's fine. It's just like I just got deep cleaning. My teeth are fine. Brush your teeth, Stinky? I do brush my teeth. I brush twice a day. I'm surprised it built up so much. My teeth feel very, like I have gaps in between them now. It's crazy. Alright, so today I'm only going to be doing like these Toon cards and then a whole bunch of VTuber cards that I missed last time. So if you sent any stuff in the past 2 weeks, I'm not getting to it today, but I'll get to some of them next week. So that's really the announcement right there. You need to brush 5 times a day? Yeah, I guess so. Do you like waffles? Hell yeah. There was no stream last week? No, there was no stream last week. I was at the dentist. Okay, so you know what they do for a deep cleaning when you have as much plaque as I do? So what they do is they schedule it on 2 separate days because it's too much to do at once. So it was Wednesday for the right half and then Thursday for the left half. And they go in there and they put numbing agent on it and they get like this tool, which is like high pressurized water or something. And they go in and just like destroy all of the plaque. And then once they do that, they go in with that little metal hook thing and they just go in there and just start scrubbing and it hurts like hell. Like scrub, just all up in your gums and shit. And then once they finally like just rip all the plaque out, because that shit is like super hard. Then they get a laser, and they go in there and they burn your gums shut. And I could smell my gums burning. And when they did it, like, okay, this is just you're going to feel a little bit of warmth. And I was like, okay, that's not so bad. And they go there and I feel all of it. And I was like, oh shit, I don't know if their numbing agent works. I could feel my gums burning. So it was all right. It wasn't so bad. Okay, so let's get into the reviews. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about, light dental care. If I do this, okay, it's all set up. So, first up, we have a series of Toon cards. I just really like the artwork on these things. No, keep going. God, now you're making my teeth hurt. Last week I had 5 dentist appointments in a row. Oof. Yeah. So yeah, the art on these things is great. He sent me like a thing, a Patreon, not a Patreon thing, a Google Docs thing. I'm looking at the cards. I was like, wow, these are good. These are some good shit. These are some high quality artworks. So this is by Cross Arts. Does he have like a website or something? Let me look this up real quick. Cross Arts. I wonder if he's a D&D fan. Let's see. If I type in Cross Arts, I get an Instagram page with a whole bunch of artwork similar to this. Yeah, this dude is a great artist. I wonder if I can commission him to make some Akiza art. Just like a whole bunch of Akiza art. Just like a bazunga's amounts of it. Just, commissions info. Commissions info. Open commissions. Hello there. How much are commissions? Price higher than 100. May have a chance. 50% payment. That's not so bad. Okay. What is Divine Beast, though? Stop inventing new dumb types just to have it be a beast. Isn't Divine Beast a normal type? You're getting me confused here. Akiza Simp. Hey, it's the channel logo. I can't not get Akiza art. You see, like, I have a reason for it. Everyone else is the Akiza Simps, not me. He has an ArtStation page too. I don't know how to use ArtStation. The last time I commissioned art from like someone who I didn't know, I just went to Etsy. I don't really know how to hire outside art. I really need to learn this though, because there's a lot of projects I want to work on where I need to hire people, and I don't know where to look. Akiza Simp Squad unite! Yes, the Akiza Simp Squad. That's what the channel members are. What was I doing again? Oh, I remember now. Let's see, the Winged Dragon. Yeah, Divine Beast is a type. Okay, I'm not crazy. I knew that, someone made me double guess myself. So, you should make 2 videos, one with custom cards that people paid, and the other free to watch. I just removed the tier from Patreon. You can no longer pay for custom card reviews. So now it's all up to chance. Stream can re-upload to the channel as a video. Yeah, sure, I'll do that from now on. Okay, so I'll probably cut out all that intro shit though when I release it. The Toon Slifer the Sky Dragon. We are only 10 minutes in. We're finally gonna review the card. So, I'm pretty sure it just has the same effect. Must be special summoned from your hand by tributing 3 Toon monsters. This card's summon cannot be negated. When normal summon, cards and effects cannot be activated. Neither player can target this card with card effects, and it cannot be destroyed by card effects. Ooh, there's a new one. That's not part of the original Raw. Cannot attack the turn it is summoned. Aw, summoning sickness. While you control Toon World, and your opponent controls no Toon monsters, this card can attack your opponent directly. Gains 1,000 attack and defense for each card in your hand. If a monster is normal or special summoned to your opponent's field in attack position, that monster loses 2,000 attack, then its attack becomes reduced to 0 as a result of it. Destroy it. Okay, so it's basically Raw. It's the original Winged Dragon of Ra. Except it has extra protection that the original one does not have, where it cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. I don't know why all of them don't have this baseline. Only Obelisk has any form of protection. Cross Illustration has a deviant art page. Yeah, he has a whole bunch of stuff. I'm looking at it right now. I need to hire him for some work. Slifer? Did I say raw? Not raw? Slifer, raw, same potatoes. So it's basically Slifer, but like a Toon Slifer that can special summon itself from the hand, which does make it almost better, but it's specifically only Toon monsters that you contribute. And there are some good Toon monsters that help this along. There is an engine. I'm actually like a little well versed in Toons. Here, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So, if we go over to Toon Mermaid, this is a level 4 Toon monster, which can special summon itself from your hand. I don't think there's any other level 4 Toon monsters that can do that. So, Toon Mermaid is like one of the best Toons, because if you have 3 of them in your hand, you can bring them all out. And a distinction about Toon Mermaid is that she only has 1400 attack. So, salvage. Target 2 water monsters with 1500 less attack in your graveyard. Add those targets to your hand. I'm sure you can see this synergy. You bring out your copies of Toon Mermaid and you tribute them, and then you bring them back with salvage and then just bring them back out again because she can special summon herself from the hand. It basically turns salvage into special summon 2 Toon Mermaids. However, therefore, there is like no good way to search out Toon Mermaid, or there wasn't. Recently, they released some new Toon support cards, and I think one of them actually has a proper search. Well, I mean, obviously besides Toon Table of Contents, that's a great search card. Add 1 Toon World or 1 card that specifically lists the card Toon World and its text from your deck to your hand. See? Look, another Toon searcher. Toon Flip. If you control Toon World, reveal 3 Toon monsters with different names from your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one of them for you to special summon, ignore its conditions. Also shuffle the rest into your deck. That's good too. The new Toon support's not bad. Obviously, Comic Hand is good, but we're not looking for that. We're looking for cards that summon. When a spell, a trap, or monster effect is activated while you control both Toon World and a Toon monster, negate the activation. If you destroy the card, Omni negate, lame. Special summon 1 Toon monster from your hand or deck whose level then. So I guess Toon Mask, Toon Page Flip, and Toon Bookmark. That is a lot of good ways to get out Toon Mermaid better. So if you just use the Toon Mermaid engine, it's funny calling it an engine, you could probably get this card out pretty easily. The problem would be getting all 3 of those Toon monsters. And that was always the problem in the past, but they released 2 new pieces of searching for it, so I think it would probably be a lot easier. I kind of want to make a deck now. I want to make a Toon deck that just uses the Toon Mermaid engine. Yeah, the new Toon support is borderline broken. That's what you need, though. Like, you need borderline broken cards in order for an archetype to do anything. G-Toons, how come Konami lets you have 3 searchers? Not only do they have 3 searchers, one of their searches is one of the best searches in the game, because it can search itself and has no once per turn. Toon Blackluster Soldier? What does Toon Blackluster Soldier do? I know Toon Blackluster Soldier is good because it doesn't have summoning sickness and special summons itself from the hand. But I don't remember what else it does. So let's see, cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summoned from your hand by attributing Toon monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equals 8 or more. While you control Toon World and your opponent controls no Toon monsters, card can attack directly. Once per turn, if you control a Toon World, you can target 1 card in the field, banish it. Also, this card cannot attack the turn and activates its effect. I mean, it just special summons itself. I mean, it's good. Like, this is probably the best Toon card right now. But I don't see how it helps with Mermaid or with Toon Slifer the Sky Dragon. Maybe someone was just saying it's similar? It is similar, that's true. Okay, let's go into the next one. There's a lot of these. There's a reason I'm only doing 2 things today, because there's a whole bunch of these. And there's a whole bunch of the VTuber cards. Like, there's a lot. So I'm trying to go through these fast, very fastly. Combo with Mermaid and Salvage. Yeah, Mermaid and Salvage. Yeah, I guess it is. It can be combo with Mermaid and Salvage too. I kind of want to make a Toon deck now. I want to make a Toon deck, like the Toon Mermaid Turbo with Blackluster Soldier. I don't know how well I could do it though. Okay. The thing with Slifer is you can bring back from the graveyard without returning it to the end of the turn like normal gods. Oh, I didn't even think of that. You're right. There's no restriction on how it can be. Must first be special summoned. Oh. So as long as you bring it out properly, you can special summon it without a downside. That is pretty good. That is good. That puts it up a little bit. Okay. Red Eyes is better to summon. Toon Dark Magician is pretty good too. Toon Dark Magician, yeah. Let's see. Toon Obelisk the Tormentor. Excellent art like always. Did the TheDuelLogs make a custom Toon decks in the dueling books? I challenge the TheDuelLogs versus my deck in it. I don't use dueling book at all. I don't like dueling book. I don't like it when there's better alternatives available. Must first be special summoned from your hand by attributing 2 Toon monsters. This card summoned cannot be negated. When normal summoned, no. When summoned, cards and effects cannot be activated. Neither player can target this card with card effects and cannot be destroyed by card effects. Cannot attack the turn it's summoned. While you control Toon World and your opponent controls no Toon monsters, this card can attack your opponent directly. Once per turn, tribute 1 Toon monster. Only 1? Okay, it's really hard to read this. I don't know why I didn't just do this from the beginning. Tribute 1 Toon monster. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Once per turn, when a monster effect is active on your opponent's side of the field that targets a Toon card you control. Quick effect, you can negate the effect, and if you do, destroy that card. Oh. Ooh. Just like in real Yu-Gi-Oh!, it looks like Toon Obelisk would probably be the best Toon. It is kind of hard to bring out, sure, but like Toon Mermaid Engine, you know? And you only have to tribute 1 card instead of 2. And a quick effect, I mean, it has a... Well, the negate is pretty limited. It only stops targeted effects. And, like, the Toon Table of Contents... Not Toon Table of Contents. Toon Kingdom already does that anyway. He protects and he attacks. I mean, it's always nice to double up on protection. You can never have too much protection. Plus soft once per turn. Oh. Ooh. Hey, TheDuelLogs, I made a custom Hinotama archetype. How could I send them to you to review them, possibly? Ooh, great question. What you do is read the stream description. What do you do to send me cards? Twitter only. Make one if you don't have one. All right, next one. Toon Winged Dragon of Ra. Man, these are great. I wish I could draw. Let's read the effect. Must first see special summon from your hand by tributing 3 Toon monsters. This card summon cannot be negated. When summoned, cards and effects cannot be activated. Neither player can target this card with card effects, cannot be destroyed by card effects, cannot attack the turn it's summoned. While you control Toon World and your opponent controls no Toon monsters, this card can attack your opponent directly. This card gains half the combined attack and defense of the monsters used for its tribute summon. You can pay any amount of life points. This card gains attack and defense equal to the amount of life points paid. You can pay 1,000 life points, then target 1 monster in the field, destroy that target. This card's name is also treated as a Winged Dragon of Ra while it's on the field or in the graveyard. Okay, this is just better Ra. It's just straight up better Ra. This is like the effect Ra should have had. So, it can, you know, the summoning condition, all the Toon World stuff, blah, blah, blah. Let's go over like the specific effects of this card itself. So we have, this card gains half the combined attack and defense of the monsters used for its tribute summon. Very reminiscent of its anime effect where it gains all of their attack and defense. It's not a very good effect, honestly. Like just gaining the attacks of all the monsters you tribute. It's not super good. Like it can go up to high values, but pretty minor as far as attacks go. You can pay any amount of life points. This card gains attack and defense equal to the amount of life points paid. This isn't conditional like the original. The original one is you can only use the effect when it's first summoned. This one doesn't even have a once per turn. Just any time you can just pay life points, it gains attacks. I mean, obviously spell speed 1. You can pay any amount of life points. This card gains attack and defense equal to the amount of life points paid. So you can just pay 1,000 to gain an extra 1,000 attack if you want. Or pay 9,007, what is it, 79,999,000. So only have like 1 life point left. Something you can do. You can pay 1,000 life points, then target 1 monster in the field, destroy that target. Again, not once per turn, but the original one isn't either. This card's name is also treated as the Winged Dragon of Ra while it is on the field or in the graveyard. I didn't see this last part. That means it benefits from Winged Dragon of Ra support. They released a whole bunch of new Winged Dragon of Ra support. Or was it 1 life point? Yes. Dothraki Turbo is broken by this. Oh, yeah, Dothraki Turbo. The turbo everyone needs to worry about. All right. That is a huge improvement over the original Winged Dragon of Ra. Living for this art. Yeah, the art is so good. Original name that actually matters for summoning Dothraki. Oh, right. No name changers. This card's name is also treated as the Winged Dragon of Ra. Yeah, it's a name-changing effect, so it doesn't work with Dothraki. I have an indirect Grenmaju Da'aiza support archetype. Does it banish a whole bunch? I see people label anything that banishes cards as Grenmaju support. Which is true to an extent. Like, but, you know. It needs to be good as well. Like, the reason play, you know, Gizmek and Pot of Desires and Eater of Millions is because those cards are good. But they also happen to contribute to Grenmaju. Okay. The legendary Toon Exodia must first be special summoned by tributing 3 Toon monsters. Oh, it's basically a god card. This card's summon cannot be negated. When summoned, cards and effects cannot be activated. Neither player can target this card with card effects, and it can't be destroyed by battles or be tributed. Whoa! Extra protection right there. Cannot attack the turn it is summoned. While you control Toon World and your opponent controls no Toon monsters, can attack directly. Okay, here's the real effects. This card gains 1,000 attack and defense for each Toon or forbidden 1 monster in your graveyard. Damn! Toon? Okay, so let's just Toon Exodia. Not really, because like you can't really improve upon Exodia because its effect is just you win. So I'm interested in what effects they're giving Exodia. Once per turn during your main phase, you can excavate the top 5 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can special summon 1 excavated level 6 or lower Toon monsters. Also, place the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order. Okay. If this card is sent from your hand to the graveyard, you can also activate this effect. Oh. Ooh. I think it'd probably be better if you added this effect, the last one, just to the activation cost. Where it's like once per turn during your main phase, or if this card is sent from your hand to the graveyard, you can excavate the top 5 cards of your deck, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. The thing is, a lot of the Toon monsters can't be special summoned. Like, you would also need to add the clause, ignoring its summoning conditions. Otherwise, unless that was made intentionally, because I say a lot of them, but not all of them. Like, there are Toon Gemini Elf, which can be special summoned. Or Toon Mask, or Toon Cannon Soldier. Those can be special summoned. I'm specifically thinking of Toon Mermaid, who can't. Strongly suspect this is based on Exodia in one of the non-DM based video games. Is it? The effect where it gains 1,000 attack for each Toon monster in your graveyard makes it seem like this could get to some really high attacks, which is very fitting for an Exodia card. Wait, could you just discard this card and add back? There's no hard once per turn? No, discarding it just allows you to excavate 5 cards. So you wouldn't be able to loop it. Unless you got another copy of it. But even that wouldn't work because it only works in level 6 or lower monsters. And this one's level 12. Kind of like Exodia Necros? Yeah, kind of. Except Exodia Necros is garbage. Alright, next card. Toon Dark Magician Girl. This already exists. This is already a Dark Magician. She was like the best Toon card for a while too, until they released Toon Blackluster Soldier. super poly or you're fucked. No, you can still get rid of it with non-targeting removal. It's like, you know, how do you get rid of Blue Eye Dragoon? Rarely is Dragoon, like, tributed. He's gotten rid of through other means. You know, the same ways you get rid of Dragoon is how you get rid of that Exodia card. Okay, let's see how this reimagined Toon Dark Magician Girl is. You can also special summon this card from your hand by attributing 1 Toon monster. You can also? You can just put... You can, and just get rid of the also part. I don't know where the also is really referring to. Not that it matters. Cannot attack the turn it is summoned. While you control Toon World, cannot attack the turn it's summoned? This is already worse than the original. The reason the original one was the best for so long is because it was the only one without summoning sickness and could special summon itself from the hand and had 2,000 attack. While you control Toon World and your opponent controls the 2 monsters, card can attack directly. Once per turn, you can special summon 1 Toon Dark Magician from your hand or deck. This card's name is also treated as Dark Magician Girl while it's on the field or in the graveyard. Well, that effect's not that bad. Special summon Toon Dark Magician from the deck, that's pretty good. Okay, that effect is better than the original, but it didn't need summoning sickness. Just get rid of the summoning sickness and it's the best Toon card again. Isn't Toon Dark Magician Girl one that exists? Yep, it is. Oh, this one says Dark Magician Toon Girl. Oh, so it's different. Next card, Toon Dark Magician of Chaos. Of Chaos. Spellcaster Toon effect. You can also special summon this card from your hand by attributing 2 Toon monsters. Cannot attack the turn summoned. While you control a Toon monster, blah blah blah, can attack directly. When this card is normal or special summoned, while you control Toon World, you can target 1 spell card in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. Banish any monster destroyed by battle with this card. When this card is normal or special, while you control Toon World, you can add a spell card from your graveyard to your hand. It's not once per turn. There's no hard once per turn. This is pre-errata Dark... This is just pre-errata Toon Dark Magician of Chaos, except it's easier to bring out. It's pre-errata. No once per turn. There's no once per turn. There's no hard once per... Well, once per turn wouldn't really work on that effect. It needs a hard once per turn. It should say Toon spell card. That would probably work. You can't really abuse the Toon spell cards. It's pre-errata. Yep, it's just pre-errata. This is broke. There's a reason they errated that effect. If you want to know why they errated the effect, go watch my video on why spell cards were banned, part 3. The one that goes over Dimension Fusion. I go over the Dark Magician of Chaos combo in there. Except it doesn't banish itself, LMAO. Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason the effect was eroded. Next one, Toon Blue Eyes White Dragon. This one's pretty neat. He's gonna have a wicked neck problems though. Toons need something broken to be good. That's too broken though. That would just be like broke city. All right, so you can special summon this card from your hand by treating 2 monsters. Can't attack the turn summon. Control 2 monsters. You attack directly. Blah blah blah. Okay, here is the real effects. This card can attack your opponent directly. When this card is summoned, you can add a level 8 or higher light dragon type monster from your deck to your hand. Level 8 or higher. What is Chaos Dragon Levianeer light or is he dark? I forget. Levianeer is a dark type. Never mind. No Chaos Dragon Levianeer, worthless. Like, why would you even want to add a dragon if it's not Chaos Dragon Levianeer? Once per turn, if you control Toon World, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Good. This card's name is also treated as Blue Eyes White Dragon while it's on the field, hand, or graveyard. Okay, so it benefits from Blue Eyes support. Not that you'd want to play Blue Eyes support in a Toon deck, though. And not, like, I don't know, you might want to play this card in a Blue Eyes deck because it has Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon's effect. Once per turn? Oh, never mind. You need to have Toon World. Okay, they thought of this. Destroy one card your opponent controls. Okay, well, it seems a little restrictive. It is better than the original Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, for sure. Blue Eyes has millions of support. They do have millions of support, but their deck is also incredibly xenophobic. Like, you can't mix Blue Eyes with anything. Blue Eyes, there's no hard once per turn. Broke? Oh, I mean, that effect doesn't really need a hard once per turn. You can search another copy of this? That's fine. Like, search another copies of this card. What's it gonna do? Destroy one other card on the field? You guys want to see how irrelevant, like, targeted destruction is in the metagame? Let me show you something. So. Oops. Let's come over here. I'm sure you guys don't mind. Here, I'll go over here. Clear this out. So there's this card called Insector Hornet and Insector Dragonfly. So Insector Hornet, once per turn, if this card is equipped, it can just send itself to the graveyard to target one card on the field and destroy it. Insector Dragonfly. If a card that is equipped to this is sent to the graveyard, you could special summon an Insector from your deck. Neither of these is a once per turn. So ideally, you could use a Hornet and Dragonfly combo to just destroy all your opponent's cards, while also special summoning a full field of monsters. And it doesn't see competitive play, and it's not a problem. Like, there's no better example of how irrelevant that is than Insectors. So, it's fine. There's no once per turn, doesn't need one. Next card. Toon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. This is nice. I like how it has a... I don't know why the original has this mark on it. Like, this is the Majin Buu mark from Dragon Ball Z. I don't know why it has the Majin Buu mark. Like, it makes no sense lore-wise. Like, I have seen the first season of the anime. I don't understand why that's there. Can someone explain why the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon has the Majin Buu mark on it? It's in the original, too. Blue Eyes... Yeah, it's in all of the original artwork as well. Style for something. I assume the mark is meant to be like details. It's from season 0 in the anime. Is it from... I've watched season 0. Like, I read the manga for it. I think the ultimate, it's supposed to mean ultimate. It could. But like, the original Blue Eyes doesn't have it. It's not the Majin Buu sign, it's way different. It's basically the Majin Buu sign. Like, they didn't do it exactly, but that's what it is. Stands for HP Lovecraft cat name. The town of Ulthar. I don't think it's Ulthar. It's the devil symbol, it's the Majin Blue. No, it's the Majin Blue symbol for sure. It's 100% the Majin Buu symbol. I've just always wondered why it was there. It's probably something else. Blue Eyes got into religion. Like, no other cards have it. Just randomly, the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon gained the Majin Buu signal. For some reason. It's the cap... I don't think it's the logo or anything. It's just... They randomly... You know, it makes sense that it's the Majin Buu symbol because they got stronger. And the Majin Buu symbol made them stronger in Dragon Ball Z too. Just Google HP Lovecraft cat name, Ulthar. Oh, you mean the actual dude's cat name. I thought you were talking about the cats of Ulthar. Yes. Let me look up the incredibly racist name. And then read it out on stream without double checking it first. Okay, so. This is a Toon fusion monster. which requires Toon Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Toon Dragon plus 2 Toon monsters. Ooh, nice. Although since it has an or on it, that means you can't really use fusion substitutes very well. Unfortunately. Don't. It's a trap. Oh, I know what it is. You guys aren't going to trick me. I also pre-read your guys' comments. I've been streaming for long enough to know your tricks. I'm not going to fall for any of you guys. Wait, what's Ligma? Ligma balls. Isn't everyone still from Japanese mythology nowadays? What? You're so dumb. Who's Joe? Joe Mama. You guys are so funny. What is that? Nani Kore? Hey, I remember some of my Japanese. Okay. Must first be a special summon with the above fusion materials. You do not use polymerization. What? Must first be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials. You do not use polymerization. What do you use then? Cannot attack the turn it's summoned. While you control a Toon world, your opponent cannot... And your opponent controls no Toon monsters, card attack directly. Your opponent cannot target or destroy this card with card effects. Once per turn, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of light dragon type monsters used for its fusion summon. Destroy them. If you destroy a trap card with this effect, you can add 1 Toon card from your deck to your hand. Ooh, I like that. It incentivizes you to destroy back row. Contact fusion, it doesn't specify conditions for a contact fusion. Based on the wording of this card, you can't bring it out. You can't be cheated out either, because it must first be fusion summoned. Actually, you know, I think the conditions would be, cannot be special summoned except by fusion. This one's fine. You could cheat it out. It's basically a Synchro Blue Eyes. You just ran out of space. Yeah, I think that's what it is. We'll just pretend he meant it in the way where you send them from the field to the graveyard. Although, if it banishes them from the graveyard, that's even better. Like ABC Buster Dragon Fusion. That would be a way to make this card playable. Read Burst, I think he's worded this way. Let me see. Burst Dragon. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Must either be fusion summoned or special summoned by sending the above monsters you control to the graveyard, in which case you do not use polymerization. No, like it signifies how you bring it out. This one is missing the part where you bring, how do you bring the card out? That's what I'm talking about. All it has is the restrictions where you can't use polymerization, which is honestly not a good effect. Like, you don't want a card to say you do not use polymerization, in which case you do not use polymerization. The card must be special summoned. Okay, never mind. This one can be used both ways. This one's good. You do not use polymerization. So like Thunder, what the hell? Well, Thunder Dragon Colossus is a good example. I don't have him up right now because I can't spell his name apparently. You use Future Fusion, Dragon made changing to summon this. Oh, yeah, I guess it could be cheated out. We'll just pretend it has like the Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon effect, where you don't need to use polymerization instead of you don't use it or you can't use it. A 3-headed dragon makes 2 attacks? Yes. Well, this one only makes 1 attack. It can just destroy up to 3 cards. Maybe. Let's go on to the next one. There's a lot of these. We have to like go through them really, really fastly if we're gonna finish this in time. So, how do you get out a... Wait, is this Thousand Eyes Restrict or Millennium Eyes? Toon Relinquished. Okay, never mind. It's not either of them. Red arrow. Once per turn, when you control Toon World, you expel summon this card from your hand. Cannot attack the turn it's summoned. This is not a fusion, right? Why is the background purple if it's not a fusion? Whatever. It's for aesthetics. I get it. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls, equip it to this card, gains attack equal to its attack. If this card is destroyed by battle, destroy that equipped monster instead. While equipped with the monster, any battle damage you take from battles involving this card inflicts equal effect damage to your opponent. If this card is tributed for a tribute summon, increase the attack of the monster's attack and defense by the total attack and defense that this card had. Oh, that's a neat one. And it has a once per turn on its special summon, so you can't infinitely recycle it like Toon Mermaid. Once per turn, when you control Toon World, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, so this card's really good. I can see why the original has so many restrictions on how it can be brought out. It just absorbs. It can special summon itself from the hand. It has nothing but upsides to it. And it even has a bonus if you use it as an effect. But it's a soft once per turn. Once per turn, while you control it, you special summon this card from your hand. You're right. It is only a soft once per turn. How would that work? Does it even work? Like, it needs a hard once per turn, otherwise, like, there's no official way to really enforce that. I don't know if this would restrict it at all. Next card, Toon Harpy Lady Sisters. Okay. Special summon this card from your hand by tributing a Toon monster. Can attack the turn it's summoned while you control a Toon World. And your opponent controls no Toon monsters. This card can attack your opponent directly. Okay, during your main phase, you can discard one Toon monster, special summon up to two Toon Harpy tokens to your side of the field. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a level 4 or lower Toon monster from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effective Toon Harpy Lady Sisters once per turn. See, this one has hard once per turns on it. Token generator on legs. Oh yeah. You can discard a Toon monster to special summon up to 2 tokens with no restrictions on those tokens. It also requires you to discard. It requires a tribute to come out. And it floats. That's pretty good. This would probably see a lot of play if it came out in Toon decks. And like all 2 of them. Token generator is asking for abuse though? Yeah, probably. Next card, Urua, Toon Lord of Searing Flames. Must first be special summoned from your hand by tributing 1 Toon World and 1 Toon monster. What? You have to get rid of Toon World? This card's summon cannot be negated. When summoned, cards and effects cannot be activated. Neither player can target this card with spell/trap cards and cannot be destroyed by spell/trap cards. Cannot attack the turn it's summoned. When you control Toon World and your opponent controls no Toon monsters, this card can attack your opponent directly. This card gains 1000 attack for each Toon card in your graveyard. Once per turn, when a spell or trap is activated, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy the card. Neither player can activate spell or trap cards in response to this effect's activation. Well, it is better than the original. The original has a spell speed 4, like, MST? Not MST, it's basically Night Beam. And this one is a spell speed 4 negate of a spell or trap once per turn with no resource costs. But you just tributed Toon World, yeah. That would destroy a lot of Toon monsters. A lot of Toon monsters destroy themselves if Toon World... Well, I guess they don't destroy themselves if it's... No, yeah, they're destroyed if it's removed from the field. You'll have Kingdom... Like, I guess it would incentivize actually playing the original Toon World. So that makes sense. And you still have Toon Kingdom out? I guess. That's neat. It's a budget slifer. Well, the original one was always a budget slifer. Next one. Ooh, he looks evil. Let's see. Must be special summoned from your hand by tributing Toon World. We'll go right over to its original effects. Once per turn, when a monster is summoned or when a monster effect is activated, you can negate the summon or activation, and if you do, destroy the card. Neither player can activate monster effects in response to this effect's activation. Well, that's just good. That's like a monster negate or a summon negate. That's super good. What is he, Logia? He's Logia, basically. Next one, Haman, Toon Lord of Striking Thunder. Let's see, let's skip straight to the original effects. Here we go. Once per turn, when a spell/trap card is activated, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy the card. Oh, it's just like Uriya. Neither player can activate spell or trap card in response to its activation. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls and destroy that target. Oh, this one's the best. Maybe, I don't know. Like, being able to negate monster summons is super good. But he's also able to destroy cards. I don't know, this one's probably better. You can pop one card, that's okay. That is okay. But he also has a spell speed 4 negate of spells and traps. This one has a spell speed 4 negate of monster effects or summons, which is better. It is better. This one has an extra effect though. They're all really good. Whoa. Armor tile, the Toon Phantom. Are they called Toon Lords? Haman, Toon Lord of Striking Thunder. Ooh, that's neat. Okay, 3 Toon Lord monsters. Must first be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above cards you control from your hand or field. You do not use polymerization. See, like this one has a summoning condition, correct? While you control Toon World and your opponent controls no Toon monsters, this card can attack your opponent directly. Cannot be destroyed by battle. This card gains 10,000 attack during your turn only. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished Toon Lord monsters and special summon it. Hey, he's just like the original armor tile. He's kind of useless. And worse than the cards needed to bring him out. 10,000 direct damage? That's not very good, honestly. He's kind of hard to bring out, too. It doesn't say it's fusion. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't say it's a fusion. It is a fusion card, though. It just doesn't say that it's a fusion. Remember, these cards are more aesthetic. They just forgot to add, fusion in its effect over here. Toon Ubel. Let's see. How does Toon Ubel work? You can special summon this card from your hand by tributing 2 Toon monsters. This card's original attack becomes the combined original attack of the defense and the monster is attributed for its summoned. While you control Toon World, controls no battles. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. You take no battle damage from battles involving this card. When this face-up attack card is attacked by your opponent's monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's attack. During the end phase, destroy one card in the field. If this card is destroyed by its own effect, you can special summon one level 6 or lower Toon monster from your deck. Only by its own effect? I don't know. This one's kind of weird. Like, the whole reason original Ubel has 0 attack is because of its crashing effect. It still has the crashing effect, but it also gains attack equal to its tribute materials. It's different. It's a lot different from the original. And like, I keep trying to base it off the original. It's like, why are you changing the original's effect? It's like, well, the original kind of sucked, so I guess it's kind of an improvement over the original. Kind of. It's still kind of hard to bring out, though. It's more like the original. The thing is, this card also doesn't have restrictions on its summon. So like, a 0 attack monster with 0 defense is pretty easy to bring out. There's a lot of things, like you can bring it out with the Mystic Tomato crashing into something, for example. It's not super competitive, but that's just an example. I don't know. It looks cool, though. Its crash effect is during an opponent's turn only? Oh, that's weird. Let's see. Toon Black Rose Dragon. Dragon, Synchro, /Toon, /Effect. 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner toon monsters. For this card Synchro Summon, you can treat 1 tuner monster you control as a tuner. Ooh. Ooh, it's like Justiciar. Cannot activate turn it's summoned while you control Toon World and your opponent controls all 2 monsters. This card attack directly. When this card is Synchro Summoned, you can destroy all cards on the field except Toon World. Still blows itself up. Once per turn, you can banish 1 Toon card from your graveyard, then target... No, wait. It does blow itself up, but Toon Kingdom would protect it. Ooh, a tuner. Here's the thing. Like, I use a text-to-speech program to write my scripts because I have carpal tunnel, so I can't type very well. And every time I'm talking about a toon monster in my videos, it spells it as, you know, like toon for like tuner. And I don't correct it because I don't want it to start having, you know, like Toon whenever I'm talking about tuners, because I talk about tuners way more than toon monsters. So I always have to manually change it from Tune to Toon whenever I'm talking about toon monsters. Thankfully, toon monsters don't come up a lot in scripts, but that was a distinction you guys brought to mind. How toon monsters are kind of annoying when it comes to writing scripts for them. Oh damn, that sucks. I have tendinitis and I have to draw for a living. Oof, that would suck. Thankfully it's my left hand, so I'd still be able to draw, because I'm right-handed. I'm just really bad at drawing. Alright. Oh, I forgot to read the rest of the effect. So, once per turn, you can banish a toon monster from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, change it to face-down defense position. So it's like the opposite of the Black Rose Dragon effect. That's not half bad, though. If it was spell speed 2, it'd be even better. Okay. I mean, I say not half bad. I think that is actually better than the original effect. The original effect is you banish a plant monster, and you can change a defense position monster your opponent controls to face-up attack position and make its attack 0. Changing a monster face down is better than changing a defense position monster face up. Yeah, I like it too. That's actually pretty good. Tour guide from the Toon World. What? What do you mean from the underworld? Cannot attack the turn it's summoned. While you control Toon World and your opponent controls no toon monsters, can attack directly. When this card is normal summoned, while there's no face-up Toon World on your side of the field, you can activate 1 Toon World directly from your deck. Whoa. If this card's normal summoned, while you control Toon World, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower toon monster from your deck. You can only use each effective tour guide from the Toon World once per turn. Well, this would be a staple. 100%. That's pretty good. Oh, and that's it. That's all the toon monsters. That's all like 12 of them. I told you there's a lot of them. As here in the fodder. Okay, so rating all of the toon cards. If I were to give them a custom card rating, I would have to say, let's see here. Power. How strong are the toons? Some of them are incredibly strong. I don't think any of them were super weak, so we'd have to give it full points for that. Creativity. They're basically just toon versions of normal monsters. There's not too much creativity there, but, you know, attempts were made. Can't give it 0 points either. Viability. Would it be tier 2? Probably not. The art? Yes, the art is super good. It obviously gets a +1 for art. So, if we add all these points up, let's see, 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 3 plus 1. That brings our score to a 7 out of 10. It is borderline playable, yes. What Casey Clark said. Full points for art. Art only gives it a +1. The art is excellent. I can't imagine any other art beating the art from this. Playable, borderline playable. I mean, there's a lot of really strong cards in the meta. And they all have summoning sickness. Well, almost all of them. So 7 out of 10 seems appropriate. Okay. My throat is almost completely gone. Ugh. Oh, that was including the bonus for art. Okay, well, there was all these cards I missed last time, and they're not in order. Oh my god, why aren't they in order? Why does this do this? It puts my stuff out of order sometimes. Okay, I don't really have time for this because I'm already approaching an hour, and I like to make these streams only an hour long. And they're all out of order. I don't know why they're shuffled. The Toon cards weren't shuffled. Okay, I guess I'll just speed through them. I can't even speed through them because they're not in order. Too many cards. I know, that's why I was only going to do 2 things today. Because there's too many of them. So, there were 17 Toon cards. And there's 22 VTuber cards. It's too much. My throat, it hurts. I have to be careful with my throat because all of this talking during the streams. All of this talking for the streams, it's like I have other things I need to do today. Can you share your background music playlist somewhere? Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll put something together for it. 22 VTuber cards. I mean, it should probably be fast. Let's see if you control no monsters or only control mythical being monsters. Special this card from your hand. If this card uses material for an XC summon of a mythical beast XC's monster, you can draw 1 card. You can release this effect once per turn. Yeah, like the effects are super simple. Call the Mythical Beast. It's a ritual monster. It's a ritual spell card. This card can be used to ritual summon any mythical beast ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field, or banish mythical beings monsters from your graveyards, whose total levels exactly equal to the level of the ritual summon monster. Really? That's it? That's a terrible ritual card. Like, modern day ritual cards need to do something else, otherwise they're bad. And like, all this one does is just bring the card out. It doesn't do anything else extra. In fact, it's one of the ones that are restrictive, where you need exactly the levels. Unfortunately, that's a bad ritual card. When VTubers be Cybers type? Not these ones. So, let's see. We have Mythical Beast, Merciless Reaper, Zombie, Xyz, 2 level 4 Mythical Beast monsters. Beings. When this card is XC summoned, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, send to the graveyard. You can detach an Xyz material. From this card, discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn. That's broke. So that one's good. Mythical Beings Realm, Quintupled Fields. This card gains effects based on the number of mythical beings with different monster card types currently on the field. Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, and Link. 1+. This card cannot leave the field by your opponent's card effects. 2+. Once per turn, when a mythical beast card you control is destroyed by battle, banish 1 mythical beast card from your graveyard instead. 3+. Non-level 4 mythical beings monsters cannot be targeted by opponent's card effects. 4+. Once per turn, you can draw 1 card. 5. The activation of mythical being spell and traps cannot be negated. It kind of reminds me of Rainbow Ruins, the Rainbow Beast card. Are they called Rainbow Beasts? Crystal Beasts, yeah. That actually sucks. Its effects conflict. No, it doesn't. Wouldn't Toon Guide only activate the original Toon World and not Kingdom? Oh, you're right. Well, I mean, the original one is used with the Armor Tile supports. Not Armor Tile, the mythical Wicked Gods. And the Wicked Gods were the best Toon monsters of the bunch. So it would be really good for that. When this card is XC summoned, you can target one card from your opponent's field, send it to the graveyard. You can detach one material, discard one random card. This one has an effect when it's summoned and a detach effect. Like, and both those effects are good. They don't conflict. Let's see, Mythical Beans Unite, Final Strike. You can only activate this card if you have 5 Mythical Bean monsters with different monster card types currently on the field. During this turn, all of your non-level 4 Mythical Beast monsters can attack your opponent directly, and your opponent cannot activate card effects during the battle phase. Okay, that's not very good. That's like Hero Flash. Mythical Beast Hyper Brainstorm. Add 1 Mythical Beans card from your deck to your hand. And if there are 2 more Mythical Bean monsters with different card types on the field, draw 1 card. You can activate 1 card per turn. It's good searcher. Mythical Beans Swift Tide Movement. Quick play. Fusion summon 1 Mythical Beans fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your hand, field, or graveyard. Ooh. If this card is activated during your opponent's turn, you can banish fusion materials from your deck too. This is super good. How do they have such a good fusion spell card and like a terrible ritual card? This would be like one of the best fusion spell cards in the game. Quick play fusion, yeah, that's the thing. Quick play fusions are already good on their own, and this one is like super good. The Guru being good, and Ina being bad, bruh. I know, right? Next one, worst ritual card, best fusion card. Someone has a favorite. Yeah. Trip to Mystical Beans Realm. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Mythical Beans field spell card from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, you can target up to 2 banished monsters, return them to the graveyard. Then you can banish 1 card into your opponent's graveyard. That's alright. Mythical Beans Art, Madness Gaze. When your opponent summons a monster, destroy that monster, and if you do, banish it. You must have 1 or more non-level 4 Mythical Beans monster on your field to activate this card in effect. I mean, it's alright. Bottomless? Yeah, it's like a bottomless with extra steps. Mythical Beans Art, Blazing Revival. Choose one of these effects. Target 1 of your banished Mythical Beast monsters, or 1 Mythical Beans monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. Target 2 level 4 Mythical Beans monsters in your graveyard. Special summon those targets. You can only activate this effect once per turn. Yeah, it's really good. It seems like all the Ina cards are kind of meh. Mythical Beans Art, Sudden Death. When your opponent activates a spell, trap card, or monster effect while you control face-up attack position non-level 4 Mythical Beans monster, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. If you have 3 or more Mythical Bean monster card types currently on the field, you can activate this card from your hand. Ooh, that's pretty good. I'm so mad because DMV canceled my appointment for the 3rd time. You have to schedule. I guess that makes sense. That makes sense. Mythical Bean Aspect Flame. If you control all the monsters or control Mythical Bean monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. This card is used as a material for a synchro summon a Mythical Bean synchro monster. You can draw 1 card. Pretty good. Is it a tuner? I don't think it's a tuner. Authority of the Mythical Beans Realm. You can activate each of the following effects once per turn. When a monster which has the same card type with 1 of your Mystical Beans monsters currently in the field activates effect, you can negate that effect. Oh, it's on a continuous trap. That's not that bad. When a Pendulum monster activates this effect, you can banish 1 Mythical Beans card in your graveyard, negate the effect, and banish that monster. That's weird. Weird anti-Pendulum support. You can only activate 1 Authority in Mythical Beans realms per turn. Hey, this is pretty good. If you have a Link monster out, you're set. Fighting Spirit of the Mythical Beings equip spell card. You can only equip to a Mythical Beings monster. The equipped monster gains 1000 attack and defense. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, special summon 1 level 4 monster from your graveyard. What? You can only activate this effect once per turn. Hard once per turn. Huh. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, special summon 1 level 4 monster from your graveyard. Okay. That seems good. You can't miss timing. It's a mandatory effect. You bring it out, no matter how it's sent to the graveyard, you get a special summon. It's kind of like Supervise. 1,000 attack and defense isn't a very good though, but like it brings out a card from the graveyard. It's pretty good. Misses timing? No, it doesn't miss timing because the effect is mandatory. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, special summon 1 level 4 monster from your graveyard. There's no, you can. So it can't miss timing because it's mandatory. I was double checking for that, don't worry. Intercept plan of the mythical beings. If an effect of your mythical beings cards that adds cards from your hand, If an effect of your mythical beings card that adds cards to your hand, draws cards, or moves a card to the graveyard to different places is negated by your opponent's card effect, negate your opponent's card effect, then draw 1 card. If your opponent activate the negate effect from their hand, you can activate this card from your hand. Okay. I was about to say, this is overly specific and not good since it's a trap card, but being able to use it from your hand, oh, that makes it way better. It's basically like a call by the grave for your archetype. If your opponent tries to Ash Blossom you, you just use this from your hand and say, no, you. Not half bad, but I don't know if you really want to use it anyway. Mythical Beast Aspect, Ocean. So far, all the Guru cards have been kind of broke. So, if you control no monsters, or only Mythical Beings cards, you can special this card from your hand. Okay. If this card is used as material for a fusion summon, a Mythical Beast fusion monster, you can draw 1 card. Yeah, it's good. Kind of generic on its effect. Same thing, special summon. If it's used as a link material, you can draw 1 card. Special summon from your hand. If this card is used for a ritual summon, you can draw 1 card. Yeah, the Eno one is kind of the worst. Okay, the fusion card. So, 2 Mythical Beings monsters. When this card is fusion summoned, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. No, 1 face-up card your opponent controls. Negate its effects until the end of this turn. When a card or effect is activated, quick effect, you can banish 1 Mythical Beings card from your graveyard. Negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. You can only use each of these effects once per turn. Okay, so it's good. So, like, you can fusion summon this card during your opponent's turn, which is why it has the negate. So you can use it in response to try to negate something pretty slowly. And it also has an Omni negate, which is obviously good. And it uses materials from the graveyard, which is good. Good fusion. Okay, Mythical Beings, Time Traveling Detective. 2 Mythical Beings monsters. It's a Link 2 with 2500 attack. That's pretty high. Like, Link 2s are usually capped at 2000 attack. When this card is link summoned, you can look at your opponent's hand, then choose 1 card, shuffle it into your opponent's deck. Your opponent then draws 1 card. Okay, there we go. If this card, look at your opponent's hand, choose 1 card, shuffle it, and then your opponent draws 1 card. Huh. That almost seems like a fair card for looking at your opponent's hand. Almost. If this card or any cards this card points to leaves the field by card effect, you can banish 1 Mythical Beings card from your graveyard for each of those monsters instead. You can only use each effect Mythical Beings Time Traveling Detective once per turn. Dip in good stream. Seems like it'd be good. It was generic. It would be played and maybe broken. Yeah. It is good. If it was generic, it'd be kind of broken though. 6 SAM protection. It's not 6 SAM protection. It has what I like to call custom card protection. There is a very common thing I see in custom cards, and it's only in custom cards because it's not a thing that exists, where if this card or any card this card points to would leave the field, this is a very popular thing of custom cards, would leave the field, then, you know, negate. That's not a thing. It's super popular in custom cards, though. It's the custom card protection. Mythical Beings, Blazing Phoenix. This card, Synchro Summon, you can treat one Mythical Beings monster you control as a tuner. Okay, there we go. If it's level 8, you can bring this card out pretty easily. Must be Synchro Summoned. When this card is Synchro Summoned, you can send 2 Mythical Beast monsters from your deck to the graveyard. During the end phase of the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish 2 Mythical Beast monsters from your graveyard, special summon this card from the graveyard. You can use each effect once per turn. Oh, so it's like Phoenixian Cluster Amaryllis. It can bring itself out from the graveyard, except it requires 2 monsters instead of 1. And it's a hard once per turn. That's pretty good. Oh no, Hulk support. I don't know if this is Hulk support. Because Hulk can only bring out Synchro Tuner monsters. Nice floating effect, and it sets up the graveyard. Yeah, I think it's not half bad. It can't really do anything to impact the field though, but it does set up the graveyard. But this archetype doesn't really use the graveyard for anything other than as a resource. Next up, Mythical Beings, Occult Priestess. You can ritual summon this card with any Mythical Beings ritual spell. Must be ritual summoned. Must first be ritual summoned. When this card is ritual summoned, you can send 1 Mythical Being spell or trap from your deck to your graveyard. No, I read that completely wrong. When this card is ritual summoned, you can send 1 Mythical Being spell or trap from your deck to your field. You can banish 1 Mythical Beings card from your hand, field, or graveyard. Special summon 1 Mythical Beings from your graveyard. You can only use each effect once per turn. Well, it's decent. It's not very hard. It's kind of hard to bring out, but immediately it allows you to kind of gain your advantage back by searching out a spell trap. And it can allow you to special summon cards from the graveyard. Ritual's still bad though. Yeah, like ritual monsters, like the effects are good, but since it's tied to a ritual monster that's hard to bring out, they're not good enough, you know? And that's it. So, final rating for these cards. The fusion was super good. Obviously the art is nice. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 for the VTuber archetype. That sounds reasonable. Thanks for the $2. A unit. Where can we find images of these cards? Good question. Like, they're all on my Twitter. If you just like go through my replies, you'll probably find them. But I guess it would be a good idea to like have all the cards in like an Imgur album and just have it in the stream description. I don't know if you guys really want it though. 2 out of 10, not enough good Ina support? Yeah, true. The Ina cards were super shafted. The Guru ones were super good though. We can tell who's a favorite HoloLive Ian VTuber this person's thing is. 5 out of 10. Well, the art is nice, so it gets a 6 out of 10. +1 for the art. What's a 10-10 archetype that exists right now that we have good baseline to compare to? Okay, I'll show you. 10 out of 10 archetype. So there's this card called Eldritch, the Golden Lord. It's so good that it makes other decks better by just being part of it. That's a 10 out of 10. There's also, what are those new reptile monsters? I forget their names. Reptile type, reptiles. The new reptiles, I forget their names. The Abyss. The Abyss. These are good. Abyss. There's also these cards right here. Orcus. These are good. They all have effects from the graveyard. They all have hard once per turns. They have restrictions on them, and they're still good. Abyss. But yeah, like think Eldritch. That's a pretty good one because it's like only 1 card and a whole bunch of support. That's kind of the baseline behind like a top 10. Like, is it better than Eldritch? Is it approaching the power of Eldritch? Is the consistency of the archetype as like workable as, the Orcus cards and their one like Xyz monster that's so good that is used in other non-Orcus decks? The name is a 10 out of 10. We had one 10 out of 10 cust art, can't remember it anymore. There have been a couple of 10 out of 10s, and I think there's been 1 or 2 11 out of 10s, where everything got a 10 out of 10, but it also got a +1 for its artwork. The maximum score in these is a 11 out of 10. Yes, there was also the gun out of 10. That's true. Hey, DuelLogs, when's the next episode of Rescue Rabbit? I have no idea. Rescue Rabbit will come out sometime, eventually. Okay, so that's the end of the stream. What do you need to send custom cards? Well, Twitter, Screencaps. Do not use IRL pics, only drawings, use images, and must be in English, because I can't speak other languages, because I'm dumb. I have spent many years studying Spanish and Japanese in school, and I don't remember any of it. So, English only. Alright, so that's it for this. I'm not currently working on Rescue Rabbit, but I am working on something else. Kind of. It's a long process. Here. I'll show you guys what it is. I should have muted my mic the normal way. 2 custom card reviews videos a week? That's a good way to destroy my throat. Dude, I have so much work to do. Do you have any idea how much work goes into the channels I have? So much. Or a Legacy RPG Maker game? No. There's parts of it will be an RPG Maker. I just don't have the other parts done, so I don't have anything to show. I have so much work to do, and so many projects I want to do, and I don't know how to, and I'm too bad at hiring people. I really just want to hire someone to help work on some of the parts. I've reached out to some people, but I haven't gotten any answers from them. What was that? It's a super secret project that might not be made because I have no time for it. Dueling stream? Yeah, there should be a dueling stream this week. Okay, I gotta go now. See you later. Do you mind if I send it again? Yeah, go ahead. Send. If I didn't review your custom cards during this week, feel free to send them again. Okay, see y'all later. Goodbye.